Hey there, baby girl. How are you? Hi. I hope you're doing good. I missed you so much. I'm sorry. I'm late. I know. I know. I was just working super late last night and I kind of overslept and had my breakfast at like 2 p.m. and had to respond to emails about college and. But I'm here now. I'm here. I've missed you so much. Come here. Come here. Let's cuddle. Aw, baby. Look at how cute you are. Aw, baby. You're such a good girl. I love you. Thank you for understanding. And being understanding that I'm out. I'm out like late. I love you so much, Angel. Hey, you know what we haven't done in a while? Well, that is true. But we also haven't cuddled and read a bedtime story in a while. So, what do you say? Are you down to sit and cuddle and read some bedtime stories with me? Yeah, that's amazing. All right. I'll go grab our book. Okay, come here. Let's cuddle on the bed. On the bed. Come here, baby girl. Oh, such a good girl. I love you so much. All right. I read you a lot of bedtime stories, but this one is a brand new one. Which reminds me, please remind me to buy a different book soon. I gotta buy a different book too, cause we're almost done with this one. So I gotta buy you a different book. Okay. This story is called A Clever Rabbit and a Witch. A long, long time ago, there was a rabbit that lived in a beautiful mountain. He was a happy and clever rabbit. His best friend was an old eagle. Also, there on the mountain was a witch. The witch liked to eat children. What a bitch! It doesn't say that. It doesn't say. It's not in children's book. I swear. I added that in. My bad. The witch liked to eat children. She would always go outside and search for her food. One day, as the rabbit played at the foot of the mountain, he saw a lady crying. She cried so that the rabbit felt pity on her. The rabbit ran to the lady. Mama, what is the cause of your crying? The lady couldn't stop crying. I went to the mall an hour ago, and when I got back, my baby had been stolen. I can't live without my baby. She continued to cry. Don't cry, said the rabbit. My friends and I will still try to find your baby. Quickly, follow me. The rabbit was pretty sure that the witch had taken the child. He was afraid of the witch had eaten the baby already. He hoped they were not too late. I love looking down and I'm reading and look down at you in my arms and laying on my chest. You look so adorable. Your smile is the most precious thing ever. We should do this more often. The rabbit found the eagle quickly. He told the story to him. He asked the eagle to help him search. The eagle flew off. Just a few minutes later, the eagle came back. He had found the baby. The witch had put him in a cage and hung it up on the tree in front of her house. The eagle also told the rabbit that the witch was getting ready to cook, so they must hurry, otherwise it would be too late. The rabbit ran to the witch's house as the eagle followed in the air above. They saw smoke coming out of the witch's house. They knew she was about to start cooking. The rabbit was so worried. Suddenly, he got an idea. He shouted, Witch, come here! I'm going to dance for you! The witch didn't want to see the rabbit dancing. She said, Don't bother me, I am busy cooking. I have no time to watch you dancing. I want to eat my delicious food. Clearly, this witch is miserable. I mean, clearly, you know what? I'm not even gonna call her a witch. Clearly, this bitch is miserable as fuck. I mean, who's like, yo, I don't have time for a rabbit dancing. Who, who's dumb enough to ignore a rabbit dancing? That's just idiotic, if you ask me. It's just kind of dumb. You know, if a rabbit comes up to you and starts saying, "Hey, watch me dance," you better leave a generous tip as well. A whole bag of carrots. What's up, doc? This guy, like that. Oh, there's your cute little laugh. I love you. The rabbit didn't give up. He shouted again, "Witch, I learned a new dance. It is really good. Come here. I will show you my new style dance. The time is still early. It is not late. After you finish watching my new style dance, you will have lots of time to eat. Come, witch." Finally, the witch caved in, came out of the house. She watched the rabbit dance in her backyard. She laughed and she laughed. She forgot her lunch. After half an hour, the witch suddenly remembered her cooking, and she said, "Rabbit, stop dancing. I must continue cooking." And then back into her house she went. She found that the cage was no longer in the tree. And it was then that she became aware that the rabbit had played a trick on her. The baby had been taken away while she was watching the rabbits dancing. She was really angry and went back into the yard and found to find the rabbit, but the rabbit had already gone. "Well, young trickster, if I ever get a hold of you, I'll eat you," screamed the witch. The eagle had taken the baby home while the rabbit was dancing. The lady got her baby, and she was very happy. The bitch, the witch was so very angry. She tried to find the rabbit everywhere, but she could not find him, until one day she heard a drumming sound coming from the mountains. She ran towards the sound. There she found the rabbit playing the drums. She cackled loudly, "I found you at last! You will be sorry that you tricked me and stole my lunch. Now you will be my lunch." The rabbit pretended he didn't understand. Understand. The witch said, "What are you talking about? There are hundreds of rabbits on the mountain. It must be another rabbit. I am a good rabbit." "Where? Where are the others?" the witch asked. The rabbit pointed to the big hive in the tree, and he told the witch, "That is a new drum. Hit it hard. When the rabbits hear the sound, they will come out." The witch believed the rabbit and took the drumstick. "Ready," the rabbit told her. "I'll say 1, 2, 3, and you begin to hit the drum." Then the rabbit ran far from the tree and loudly shouted, 1, 2, 3, begin!" The witch hit the hive hard, and you know what happened then? Well, you have to guess. Well, you have a witch, a talking and dancing rabbit, and an old eagle that did not eat the rabbit. What do you think is gonna happen? In a tree that has a hive? Unicorn mosquitoes. What type of... I love how creative you can be. A swarm of wasps came out. Just regular old everyday wasps. The witch couldn't hide anywhere. The wasps stung her, she screamed and ran away, and she was never seen again. Oh, and they lived happily ever after. The end. You know, that was a nice story, but I feel like, since it's me and you cuddling, and it's raining outside, and we don't really have anything to do today, how about we read some more stories until we fall asleep together in each other's arms? You're down? Let's go! W! Okay. Let's do this. This story is called The Unicorn Named Wild One. This story begins a long time ago, in the 80s. The 80s aren't that long ago, it's like, 200 years? Sometimes I feel like a vampire because I feel like the 80s aren't that old, but then I remember whoa, the 80s are old. The story takes place in a beautiful meadow. There were high mountains surrounding the meadow. The people in the village often told tales that something evil lived in the meadow. People told tales of mysterious creatures. People from the nearby village were frightened by the tales. Most would not go into the meadow. There was only one person, Tanis was her name, who did not hear the stories. Her grandmother had told her about the strange creatures that the people feared. She had told Tanis that this creature was special, and only people who believed would see it. Her grandmother had called it a unicorn. Tanis remembered this story. She would go to the meadow and to look for the unicorn, but she had never seen it. But she believed in it. One day, Tanis was in a meadow, walking. Once again, she was looking for the unicorn. As she walked, she saw something from the corner of her eyes. She turned to look, and there it was, the unicorn. The unicorn had a beautiful white coat. Its long mane was covered with gold dust. His wings looked like they were on fire. How about I describe you in that way? My girl had a beautiful, beautiful soft head of hair. Her long and beautiful hair was beautiful and soft. Her eyes shined brighter than any star in our galaxies. She was beauty in of itself. When I saw her, I remembered something more than life itself. I remembered how truly peaceful and how incredible it is to be in love. Okay, I'll stop being weirdly cheesy. I'll continue reading. When Tanis saw it, she remembered something more from her grandmother's story. The unicorn's horn was said to have magic powers. Grandmother had said that if a person touches it, she would receive 3 wishes. Tanis looked at the beautiful unicorn. She slowly walked toward it. She reached out her hand and stroked its mane gently. The unicorn knelt and allowed Tanis to get it on its back. Together they rode to the village. When Tanis's mother saw them, she called out, "Get off that wild thing!" Tanis said, "No, it's not wild, mother. All that he needs is a friend. He needs some love. Mom, come for a ride with me." Mother said, "No, you dumbass, I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. That's literally stupid. What are you talking about?" Oh, I promise she didn't say that. She said, "No, Tanis, we don't know anything about him. What does he eat? He eats grass. Grandmother told me about him when I was young. She told me that I could make a wish if I touched his horn, and that wish would come true." Tanis touched its horn, and she made a wish. She wished for a castle. Suddenly the castle appeared. It had solid gold trim. The ballroom floor was made out of pearls. The pillars were solid gold. Tanis wished a second time. This time she wished for more unicorns, that her unicorn could be happy for the rest of his life. And then there were more unicorns walking and playing in the meadow. She made a third wish, and she wished for a prince for herself. And the prince appeared. The prince was having so much fun with the beautiful unicorns. He was so amazed and happy that he made his wishes for Tanis's mom. The prince wished for a king for Tanis's mom. Tanis's mother was so happy that she could have all the things that she wanted in her life. Now they could live happily ever after, and so they did. Angel? Aw, you look adorable when you're sleeping. Sleep tight, my love. I love you so much. You're my good girl, you know that? Sleep tight, Angel. I love you.